Hello and welcome back to the Sovren FX YouTube channel. So I'll quickly go over what you're expecting during today's New York session on gold and GBP JPY. So stay tuned as I break it down from gold. Let's start with gold. Okay, so yesterday before the stream cut me off, these are the trades that we had capitalized on. The sales on gold at 1929.500 key level, and it happened to drop another 170 pips. So I hope you took advantage of those analyses. So enough of that, let us dive into what we're expecting today. So just by throwing a glance at the higher time frames, the intraday 4-hour chart, you can see that gold is heavily bearish, breaking below 3 key levels. So right now what we'd expect is a pullback to 1923.500 for premium sales. So what are we going to look at on the lower time frames? So the lower time frames just give us the same information, but the difference is time. And for scalpers, you want to get the premium entries. You don't want to be 5 pips late into your trade if your take profit is 15 pips. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting today. Let me quickly highlight the path. So if price does this, fail to break, it might also break above but still come below, then slowly chug its way down to 1912, and we'll be waiting for the impulsive break at 1912. So this is the first setup we'll be looking at. Or price can just break 1912 and test. So this is the main bias for today. So in the case we don't get this, we'll be looking for buys above 1929.500 for short-term scalps. 20-30 pips, you're out of the market. Since it's a Friday, you want to close out strong. Okay, so that's for gold. Simple. So for execution time frame, we'll be executing on the 1 minute time frame. So let's just wait for price to come to our trade setups, follow our plan. No need to get greedy. Exert a little bit more patience and be cautious, since we are still trading within a range. Oh, I got this antivirus on my computer, so let me just quickly get it out. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So we'll be expecting this sort of price action for us to get into sales. Or if also price breaks below this medium term zone, we could see it if the market structure shifts and we can see more consecutive bearish candles, we can look to scalp our way to 1912. So these are the 3 setups that we'll be looking to capitalize on during this session. Okay. So for GBP JPY, we're still on our bullish bias, as you can see. So let me just delete everything. Okay, so I wasn't able, because I don't stream London, we actually took buys with the Telegram group, the private group, at 181,800 after price did a double bottom, showing us there's no enough sellers liquidity to break below and go deeper. So executed buys here, had our stop losses around here for 15 pips, held it all the way to 182. Our take profit was 182,500, but price didn't tap it, and since we saw there is consecutive bearish candles, we anticipated a shift in market structure, so we closed out our trade when it broke this level, price sensitivity area. So once it broke, we closed the position out for 50 pips. So that was today's trade. So for right now, so price has moved so fast, I wanted to tell you to execute on 182,200. I have entries at 182,200 with my stop losses below here at around 10 pips, expecting it to get to 182,500. Fundamentally, I've kept on explaining that due to the increase in inflation in the Eurozone, Bank of England has increased interest rates yesterday by 50 basis points. This gives the British pound currency strength against the Japanese yen. Therefore, it's buys all through and through. So we only take breakout buys or pullback buys. Simple as that. And for better entries, you want to execute on these PPLs. If you have any questions, you could leave it in the chat. Oh, I realized I didn't name my live stream correctly. I used yesterday's title, but that's fine since we don't have a lot of people events. So we are up 15 pips. You could close half your trade here. For those who didn't enter, you can wait for breaks above 182,500 or a pullback to 182, a retest, then take the buys. But for those who entered at 182,200, this is how we have managed the trade. $82,200 10 pips, then leave the other half for runners. If it comes back to a break even, that's okay, we can look to re-enter. So it's June 23. Also have your stops at break even, because if GJ pulls back, this means buyers don't have enough strength to break this area. Therefore, we're expecting a deeper pullback to collect buyer side liquidity think I'll also include a spreadsheet to show the trades that we've been taking throughout the week. So we've been on a win streak, we haven't taken any loss. Or if anyone has taken any loss, you could leave it in the chat below and we can review and see how you would have taken better entries, how you would have managed your trade better. So right now we just wait. Either we get stopped out at break even for half our position, or price breaks above this area, then we'll continue with the buyer validation above 182,500. I think that's it for GG.
Have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a whirl. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, Savannah, let's all take a whirl. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah.
So let price do what it does best. If you get stopped out at break even, you can look to execute another trade. If GJ comes below, fails to break this, then comes back above 182,200. Okay, so let us check on gold. So this is what I have mapped out for gold today. Right now I can't take a trade in between this range. Let's wait for price to set up. Trading is all about patience, and that's what separates the boys from the men in trading. If you can sit on your hands and wait for your trade to come to you, or you're going to jump on any trade that you see when you open a chart. So right now there's nothing going on gold. You can check what's going on today fundamentally. So today we have flash manufacturing PMI on the US markets. So PMI is just a monthly economic data report that investors use to determine how the investments are going to fare on and what assets they're going to put their money in. So PMI simply just stands for Purchasing Managers Index. It's an economic indicator that measures economic activity levels of the manufacturing and service sectors within a country. So how it's calculated is okay, you could learn how it's calculated, but I don't think it's important in the way we trade. So I'll just explain to you how we read the PMI figures. So the index typically ranges from 0 to 100. A reading above 50 generally indicates expansion in economic activity, while a reading below 50 suggests contraction. So the higher the PMI, the stronger the economic activity within the surveyed sectors. So as you can see, we have manufacturing PMI and services PMI. So the sectors are manufacturing and services. So economics and analysts, policymakers closely watch PMI to forecast economic trends. It helps them on their investment decisions. So overall, just PMI provides important insights into the health and direction of the sectors, the manufacturing and services sector, and just helps them provide and make informed decisions. So today, the forecast is 48.6 from previous 48.4. So having the actual being greater than forecast shows strong economic activity, and which is good for the currency. And if you have stronger flash PMI, that means a stronger dollar, and with a stronger dollar comes weaker gold. So you're going to see it in the next, I'm not sure if I'm going to be in the next 2 hours for the flash PMI readings, but if you're looking at the chart within the readings and release of the report, if the figures are greater than 48.6 or above even 50, expect sales on gold, so you can get a pullback to 1923,500, then execute sales. Or you could wait for the impulsive breaks below 1912, and you can ride it all the way to 1902 for 100 pips. So that's basically it for today on gold. But right now there's no current trade. There's no current trade we are looking at because price is literally in a range, and if you take entries within a range, more often than not you're going to lose it over trade, and you're going to lose your account in the grand scheme of things. So back to GJ. I'm not sure if GJ stopped us out. So price is just hovering above our entries. To execute more trades, you want price to come and bounce off 182,200, and to further validate our buys, you want price to break above 182,350 so that it can slowly check its way up to 182,500. So I think our runner is going to be stopped out at break even. So from a higher time frame perspective, look at how bullish GJ is. It's not out of the ordinary for GJ to do deeper pullbacks, so that's what I capitalize on, basically, the deeper pullbacks on GJ. So right now we're expecting a break of this high, but I'm not sure we have enough fundamental reasoning to validate the breaks above it. So I'll be cautious of my trade, exit as quickly as possible. So right now, I think our runners have been stopped out. Yes, our runners have been stopped out. So you see, where I told you to close your trade at 15 pips. So our runner gets stopped out at break even. So let's wait for GJ to do a deeper pullback, then we can validate more buys above 182,200, and if price holds this level, we can execute more trades. So let price cook. We're expecting the new hourly candle in 3 minutes, so be cautious with your entries. So what I'd wanna see is the 1 minute close bullish above this, then the next hourly give us a bottom wick, then execute as it breaks 182,200 once again for more buys. So we just play the waiting game. Okay, so the new hourly, I'll only execute buys if price comes back to 182,200. So you could set your buy limit at 182,200. Also, wait for a break above 182,350 to validate more buys towards 182,500. But this can turn out to be one of those days where we don't get a trade, but we got a quick trade. So let's be patient. I'd rather execute here than in the middle of the range, then hold drawdown. So that plays around with their mentality. Okay, so you can ready your buttons, your terminals. The trade is coming to us. We need it to tap 182,200 for me to execute. So we didn't get our entry, and price is pushing, so we can get more buys above 182,500. Just have to be patient.
You in my sight. I keep all the words you said to me. I get you on your knees. Rewrite all the things you said that I should be. I'll get you, now you beg me please. Hey. Now I stay away, you were never meant to save me. Now I stay away, I don't hear you say you're sorry. Hate I even loved you, hate I fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you, hate I kinda fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you, hate I fell in love with you. Hate I even loved you, hate I kinda fell in love with you.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow.
Let's be patient, let the trade come to us.
Inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven.
I have a good I have a good feeling about this. So if price drops down all the way to 182,200, I'll execute and close my full positions at 20 pips. Being a Friday, we need to finish strong. So you can check on what's going on in gold. So you see there's never any need to enter a trade. So imagine you entered sales here expecting it to drop, then it does 15 pip pullback stops you out, and you know your trading plan doesn't allow you to enter, but you're still going to go on and execute on it. That's why exerting patience is important in trading. Just wait for price to set up. Like right now, we're expecting it to tap 1923,500 and hold below for our sales.
To 23, I heard the heavens crying above me. The gain's an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again.
Back to GJ. So GJ right now,
Instead of death,
we only had one entry.
each living breath.
We closed half our position at 15 pips, then the other one got stopped out at break even. So for us to enter any other trade, we want price to come back to 182,200, maintain above it, execute, or for price to impulsively break 182,500. This shows us that buyers have collected enough liquidity for us to break above and drive to new highs. Okay, so let's be a little bit more patient. So price failed to stay above this, so I'm expecting it to do a deeper pullback before we can break above 182,500. just need to be patient. Also, if you have any questions, you can leave it in the chat. I've been talking to myself for 45 minutes. It's good to interact with the viewers. So if you have any questions, I'm more than ready to give you an answer. So you see, there's no need to jump on cowboy buys, no need to jump on trades if they haven't come to your pre-planned entry analysis. So right now, let's be patient. Let price come to our entries and let GJ do what it does best. Also, you can realize the low volume since it's a Friday. Also, if you don't get a trade today, that's fine. The market will always be there. Rather than forcing a trade, your account won't be there next week and when other trades provide themselves. So it's better for you to stay patient and execute on your pre-planned analysis.
Yeah. Unknown brain. Marvin Divine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you.
Patience, people, patience. Let's exert a bit more patience. We've only had one trade so far, which we closed half at 15 pips and let the other 50% run, but we weren't able to break this price sensitivity area and it got stopped out at break even. So right now we're waiting for a secondary trade. Let price set up at 182.200 for further entries. This is the 1 minute time frame. I use the 1 minute to execute since it's really 60 seconds of data and we can't get any lower than that. And as a scalper, you don't want to lose even a pip. You want to get the premium buys right on the dot. So for example, if we look at the 5 minute, if we were to look at the 5 minutes, we would have never caught this trade since I'd be waiting for a retest, and this is the whole move. The whole move was a 5 minute candle, 15 pips. But on the 1 minute, you can notice market structure forming, which gives you two entries. You can enter here or here. It gives you a lot of time. So look at this, you could enter here, 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 but on the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, you'll only see the candle moving up and down, and you'd get no validation to enter any trade, because when you enter, you are already too late to the move. Okay, so that's why I execute on the 1 minute. So right now we are waiting patiently for price to come to 182,200 to execute. Hold your horses, hold your horses. Also, you should have psychologically, you should psychologically prepare yourself to miss a lot of trades, because once you're prepared to miss a trade, you won't be in a rush to enter trades when they aren't in your pre-planned area of entry. This is something I struggled with a lot when I started my trading journey. So for example, I'd realize I missed this trade and watch price push impulsively, so I'd execute on the highs, and executing on the highs, since it was an emotional entry, when price pulls back 10 pips, I'd close and then realize the mistake that I had made. So I did this a couple of times, then that's when I learned exerting more patience rewards you in the long term. So when trading, you always want to look at the long term, and that's how you're going to survive, because over trading and entering trades which are not in your plan they're not going to do good to your account. That's basically what I'm saying, and they're going to weigh down on you. They're going to decrease your confidence, because you'll be losing a lot more trades because you're entering trades that aren't in your trading plan. So right now, let's just wait for price to come. Tap our entry over here, so you can set a buy limit at 182,200. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Don't forget to like so that the stream can get to a wider audience. Everything is free. A like is free. Okay, so their price. So I'm going to execute a buy, and I'm going to tell you how I manage my trade. So I am currently in GJ buys. The only way I'm going to manage this trade, so I have my stop losses at
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you.
So let me tell you how I'm going to manage this trade. So if price starts impulsively breaking this area, I'm looking to close. If price holds below 182,200 and I realize consecutive bearish candles, I'm going to look to close my trade. So right now also I'll just play the waiting game, so I have my entries exactly at 182,200. So right now it's just a matter of being patient. If we get our 20 pips, so this is 30, but since it's a Friday, I'll be expecting 20, then I'll be out and call it a day. No need to get greedy. The markets have given us enough pips for the week. So currently I think we are around 200 pips from Monday. Or when did I begin the streams? So we are currently 200 pips up. Let's see how the week ends. Currently we are on a winning streak. We haven't lost any trades yet, but this might be our first loss, but I'm not jinxing it. And as for gold, I'm realizing it's pushing its way to our key level, so we want it to come up here so that you can get our premium sales. Beautiful. So we can get our sales to 1916 and further it to 1912. So let's give price time to set up. So if we close below, we could see price start ranging here. So I don't know how many of you actually capitalized or just want to be patient and watch price at 1923,500. Let price do what it does best. be more patient, because this is a 60 pip trade. You want to have a 20 pip stop loss. You want to give gold some space to breathe. So back on GJ, I've realized we're going to take our first loss on GJ because it's doing a deeper pullback. So if price closes below this on the 1 minute, I'll just close the full position. So I just closed my trade. So that is our first loss. At 8 pips. And as of gold, we are doing pretty nice, so we just want to see that drop continue. So we are currently up 16 pips. So once we tap 20 pips, I'll move my stop loss to break even. I think this is our 20 pip area. Actually that's 25, but you'll see it on your terminals. You get to 20 pips, move your stop loss to break even. You don't want price to pull back and stop you out.
I've got a premonition, I'm dreaming you and I. All my darkest fears are coming outside. We got a billion races, we got this melody, and you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe, and when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe, and when you need to escape from 1,000 fires. I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are, and I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of
So sales on gold are faring on pretty nice. So being a Friday, I'd advise you to close your trades at 25 pips. Maybe move your stop to here, then any price, any more pips you get, let that be a bonus. Ooh. I like it when gold gives us the impulsive moves. So I'll just play with my stop loss, keep following price, trail your stop loss. So right now my stop loss is at 1920. I've set my stop loss to 1920. We are 40 pips in and diving. Beautiful price action, beautiful price action. As I told you, no need to... Whew. I really like it when gold does that. So my stop loss has just been hit. I had my stops here, so I only took home how many pips? Let me check. I only took home 35 pips, which is enough for the day. So with that, I think my work here is done. Took 35 pips. I had my stops just above the new 1 minute candle. I can call it a day. So if you just rewind, so look at this. So this is what we had mapped out in the beginning of the trade. Just expect our price to come to 1923,500. Sales, being a Friday, we had targeted 20 pips, but price impulsively broke our area and we got a bonus of an extra 15 pips. So I think we'll call it a week. If you've been with me throughout the week, you can leave W's in the chat. I think it's beautiful. So as you can see right now, price is pulling back and I wouldn't wanna lose the profit. So when the market gives you pips, you take it and you run away with it. You don't want to return the pips to the market. So that was a beautiful gold sell, 43 pips, but actually gold stopped out at 35 pips where I had trailed my stop loss. So I'll see you next time. If you have any questions before I leave, you can leave it in the comment section below. But this trade was pre-planned. So we had 3 trades today. One on GJ. This was a loss on GJ for 8 pips. So these are the trades on GJ. Minus 8 pips. So you can look at my risk management. And the third one was gold sells at 1923,500 for 45 pips. So if you stayed with me since the beginning of the stream, you should have at least let me just add this up real quick. So we had 15 pips, then so we can just call that 8 pips since we closed half and got stopped out at break even. So we have 8 minus 8, which is 0, plus the 45 on gold. So total for this session we have 45 pips. I think that's a lot for the market to give you on a Friday, given there's low volume on the Friday and we have an economic report coming out in the next 1 hour 20 minutes. Oh, so gold also gave you a second entry. Not sure how many of you capitalized on that. I wasn't looking at gold during that time. So these key levels, these magic yellow lines, are what I use to guide me in the market. And I have made a video on it. You can just check it on the channel and you can learn to execute on these lines in the lower time frame. So I think my stream has come to an end. Thank you all for tuning in. See you on Monday.